Hello everyone and welcome to Harv's World for episode 7 of Dalton Valley Farm. Welcome back to the farm. It is the first day of autumn. There's a nip in the air. The trees haven't started to change yet, but that's not far away, I'm sure. We have got quite a bit of work to get done today on the farm. Oddly enough, believe it or not, and all that jazz. So, last episode we were mowing like crazy, got a lot mowed, and unfortunately, I don't know what my curse is when it comes to windrows, but those mowers were definitely windrowing, and I ended up having to ted all of this, and then it did turn to hay, you can see, and I have windrowed it back, so it's baling day, big baling day today, and we also have a field we need to get put in for the winter. But big news on the animal front, our goats have begun to have their offspring. We have kids in the pen. Let's take a look at our seasons menu. We'll get that caught up right now, but we're going to look at the goats first. And if we look, we started with 31. We now have 37 goats in the stable. Outstanding. 6 kids have come to be born. They're about 10.5 pounds. You can see right here, ranging from 10.5 up to about 36 pounds. So we've got plenty of baby goats. Now, there is a little bit of a problem with that because, well, we need goat milk. And guess what? Male goats don't produce goat milk. So, looks like we're going to end up selling the males off. And that's just a necessary evil. We did have the one male in there. We'll keep him around just because he's one of our starters. But I've got 3 of our kids are males. So we just had another one. We're up to 38 now. Outstanding. Very good. So the kids are still coming. But more importantly, we do have goat milk production at this point. And they've produced about 200 liters. Not very much yet. We're going to let that build up before we start thinking about selling it off, but we definitely are going to start profiting from our goats. Let's get them some water. Now also, if we look at our sheep, our dorpers have finally started procreating also. So we've got some pregnant sheep. Exactly what we've been looking for. Not many yet, but at least they're starting. And goat, you are a noisy eater there, buddy. And like I said, we got a lot of baling to get done today, and then our Lucerne field, once we have that baled up and cleared off, we need to lay that in for winter. So that's going to mean cultivating and just getting it seeded and fertilized one more time before the winter comes. And again, we are not seeing much on the weather front. No rain. Another full day of no rain. With a little luck, it will rain on Monday night, but I think it's too late. We hit a drought, and luckily, even though our crop has started to fail a little bit, if we look at our canola, we can see that drought resistance was medium, so it wasn't terrible, but we're definitely losing crop there. Now, on this field, this was our rotation plan A. We had Lucerne that we've taken care of, and we are looking at rye for the next crop in this field. And if we look at our planter, we can see that we can get rye in as late as the second day of fall. So if we can't get that in today, we'll definitely have it in tomorrow and ready to go. But for now, it's time for a trip to the store. We are going to start with a nice big fat baler to get this party started. And as I drive down to the store, a couple quick orders of business. First and foremost, I'd like to welcome Sean Brooks to the channel, one of our newest subscribers. And just a quick shout out to somebody who made some very nice comments on another video today. His handle is XSFL Lover Thanks for your support, XFL. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel. We've actually had some really nice growth over the last couple of weeks. Over the more talking, or more driving, less talking. Had some really good support over the last couple of weeks, and the channel's starting to grow a little bit, and I really appreciate everyone out there who's paying attention, watching our videos, and commenting. Again, feel free to follow the channel on Facebook, Twitter, and stop into Discord sometime. Say hi. There's always somebody around, and always happy to meet new people. So let's grab a baler, shall we? I know I want a square baler, and I've got one in mind that should suit our purposes with no problem whatsoever. There's baling technology right there. And where is that thing? Come on. I know. I have too many mods installed. I know. You don't have to tell me. There's a John Deere. And because money is an issue right now, I want this old John Deere because it's only $12,000. And it's a nice sharp unit. And it's only going to cost us $600 to lease. So we are all over that. Cheap is good. We did get a little bit of a later start today. Not for any particular reason, just because that's how it all worked out. Now, I will say Dalton Valley Farm is not the most popular series I've ever done to this point. Frankly, I'm struggling to keep these episodes moving forward, and I think it's just adjusting to seasons, but that's okay. I actually really love this map for small fields and a British atmosphere, if you want to call it that. It's a gorgeous map. The detail is fantastic, and I'm going to continue this playthrough. It's not nearly as popular as Off the Grid, but I think I need to go through this myself as a learning experience to sort of have some perspective on where to take the channel in the future, what types of series to produce, that kind of thing. So anyway, more technical mumbo jumbo that you probably don't necessarily care about, but me thinking out loud. Alright, so we're going to start in our Lucerne field, and as one of my subscribers, Jonathan, rightly pointed out, I was talking last time about the fact that I wasn't sure how the baler would handle multiple types of fruits, if you will, on the ground. So we've got Lucerne here, but we also have regular hay, and I wasn't sure how that was going to mix, but Jonathan pointed out, and I remembered after the fact, that it doesn't matter. The baler will kick out whatever you start the bale with. So if I'm baling Lucerne and I just happen to come across a pile of regular hay, the baler will say, that hay is just going to be Lucerne now, and convert it so that it doesn't clog up the works and make things a big hassle, because you can't unload a partially full baler. You can't unload. So I would end up having to return the baler and release it, and that's just silly. So it seems like Giants had some forethought in that regard, realizing that there were going to be situations like this that you don't always have exactly what you should have to fill every bale. So good job, Giants. And I think we are going to end up with a lot of bales between the Lucerne here, and then we've got a bunch of regular hay to pick up also. We are definitely not going to have any shortage of food for our animals. I would say that that has been set up very well at this point. And in fact, you know, we've got another full lucerne field that's not even ready to harvest yet, so that one I'm kind of wondering about. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. If anybody knows, if you've done lucerne before, let me know in the comments, because I was kind of wondering, you know, do we always mow lucerne, or is it possible to run a harvester over that and harvest lucerne? Because I know there are two different crop types. There's lucerne and then there's lucerne hay. I'm betting, though, that it's kind of like grass. You either have grass or grass hay, so you just mow it. If you pick it up before it becomes hay, it's just lucerne. Pick it up afterwards, it's going to be lucerne hay. So that's neither here nor there. I did not make the best windrows in the world. It's one of the one of the things I could probably stand a little practice with is windrowing. I tend to like to do it in such a way that I don't have to fiddle with a windrower. You know, I try to get the mechanics of it down just with whatever implement I'm using, but in this case that doesn't really work out so well. In seasons, that's actually kind of an impossibility, because if you're trying to convert grass to hay, I mean, if all I wanted to do was pick up the grass, that would be one thing, but unfortunately you can't keep grass in seasons. It will disappear on you. It goes away. So there's no point in I mean, unless you're going to use it immediately, there's no point really in trying to keep and store your grass, even in bales. Even the bales will dissipate. Now, I'm sure there's some modded storage units out there where you could throw your bales. Or if you want to wrap them for silage, you know, as long as they've been converted into a silage bale, even if they're not cured yet, they're not going to disappear on you. But just plain grass, it goes away. You can already see we've got a whole bunch of bales on the field here. We might end up with, I don't know, about 30 bales of lucerne. That's going to be my guess anyway. Okay, that is our lucerne field all baled up. Let's get these out of here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19. Looks like about 25, so I wasn't too far off. 25 bales of lucerne. That should be right at 100,000 liters, right? 4,000 liters per. Yes, that should be 100,000 liters of lucerne, plus the 3,300 we've got in the baler already. And this will actually be another 4,000, so 104,000 liters of lucerne. And now we are just going to be baling regular old hay. So at this point, I think I'm just going to get this stuff baled up. Probably run this in a time lapse, just for all you time lapse lovers out there. And I will see you when the baling is done. Alright, well, it looks like that's going to take care of our baling for today. I think we got it done. And we're only going to lose about 500 liters on this thing, so let's see if we can figure out how many bales did we get today. Here we go. Created bales, session 66. So all told, we have 66 bales. That's about 250,000 liters of hay and Lucerne. Maybe a little bit more than that. 6 times 4 is 24, a little bit less than that. Come on. There you go, there you go. Yeah, just about 250,000 liters. So we're going to get this baler back, and then we need to lease up something to grab these bales with. I always forget the beacons when I'm on these Scottish roads. Always. And I think I'm going to go with something hopefully reasonably cheap, but also efficient. I am looking for efficient bale collection, so... Oh, man. It's a good thing that when I drive, like, in real life, I'm really only usually by myself, so... that way I'm not distracted by talking to someone. If it's like it is here... no, we need this, return that. Yeah, if my driving skills are similar in real life, driving and talking skills, which they're not, but if they were, God help us all. Okay, so we still need to go back to baling technology, and I want a big trailer. I want something that's gonna move a lot. I think 24 at a time is going to be good enough, so I'm going to go with that. Yep. And it's reasonably priced, too. Less than $900 to lease that, so... let's hope this works out well. Keep your fingers crossed. Oh, I parked in a bad place, though, didn't I? Oh, well. And again, I think I'm going to start with the Lucerne. Get those all picked up. Although, you know, I don't think it really... now that they're just hay, I mean, it distinguishes between Lucerne hay and regular hay. The game does, or the map does, but ultimately, for our purposes, if we're going to use them to feed animals, then they'll take either one. The sheep and the goats both will take either one. And then, even if we sell them, I don't think there's that much of a difference. They would sell at the same location and for about the same price. We can actually look at that in our menu also. Once we're done, we'll take a look at that when we're done, because I think we're going to have bales to sell. And I know that once our canola comes off, this particular map has canola straw. Normally canola doesn't produce straw, but on this map it does, so... oh, come on, really? I'm not that close, am I? I see what's happening here. There we go. Okay, so unless I miss my guess, I should be in the operating position. Very good. And yes, there we go. That's what I wanted. Get these bales off the field. Bale collection in the blink of an eye. Although, to be fair, I should probably do this manually. But you don't want to be burdened with that, trust me. If you're anything like I am when it comes to manually moving bales, well, let's just say it's not a pretty sight. Oh, looks like we can get about 3 more on here. Boom. Done. Okay. Let's swing this around so we can get out of the field. And I just realized that this thing has one of those funky swivel axles on it. So backing it in somewhere is going to be a real challenge. And even coming around here might not have been the best idea. We'll give it the old college try. Let's see what we can come up with here. See if we can get this backed into our storage. Okay, so after much consideration, much thoughtful consideration, we're unloading the bales here. Yes, we are putting them right here, and then I will stack them neatly away later. And you can see the mess I've made of things at this point. These swivel axle trailers like this on the hitch, the swivel hitch. You know, I know they're better for getting around places, especially tight areas, but they're not better when you need to back in somewhere. So I should have just realized that and moved on. But unfortunately, such is not the case, and such is not to be. And make sure this is in operating position. There we go. Get the last 2 bales off this field. Really? That wasn't good enough for you? Mr. Bale Collector Trailer? There we go. I guess they can't afford to make it too easy on you. And I do not want to be bale collecting when I come past this stack. Otherwise, we'll just collect all that back up again. Let's grab the few that are out here. Okay. And here we'll be able to see the difference between regular hay and Lucerne. Regular hay is much more brown. The Lucerne is a greener type of hay. But again, I don't think either one type-wise matters. It's all effectively the same product, just different. Different name, for lack of a better description. Alright, that's the last of the bales coming off the field here. And let's see, I'm gonna try to stack these right on top. If I got close enough, that's the real question, isn't it? If not, then I will put them somewhere else, but... Oh, let's give it a shot. Yes! It actually worked for a change. What do you know? Alright, at this point, what do we got to do? We've got to send this bale trailer back so we don't end up paying for it again, or an hourly rate anyway. And then what do we need to do? We need to look at our field. Yes, this one. We're looking at field 22 right here that we just got the bales off of not too long ago. And we want to make sure that it doesn't need anything special. So it's got one fertilizer state on it. And we remove that. It does not need plowing or lime, so we are good there. So we need a direct drill. That's what we really need. And we just want a standard seeder. And something that's not too too out of control. This Stara might work out well for us. It will seed directly. It takes fertilizer. Convernland. No. It does not fertilize. We don't necessarily care about fertilizing. We only care about the direct drill. And this is, that's narrower. I know, decisions. Let's go with the Stara. It's a very small field. We don't want something long because it's going to be difficult to turn in the field, so I'm not going to worry about fertilizer. I'm just going to put seed in. That's going to be almost $2,000. We can make that up with some contracts. We're going to have to. That's all there is for it. So let me run down to the store, grab this seeder, and I'll be back in just a minute. Alright, the seeder is full. We are set for rye. Let's get some planting done. Fall planting. This is a new one. Never done this before, so turn that on, drop it down, and let's go to work. Seems to be planting up quite nicely, no problem whatsoever. Fairly quick too. I could have pretty much tried any crop in this, you know, any cereal crop would have worked just fine. We could have done wheat, oats, barley, spelt, triticale, anything like that would have done just as well for getting this fall planting in and for our crop rotation. Cereal grains, we're looking very good. We got a 20% yield increase for planting cereals in this field right after Lucerne. So yeah, can't complain about that. Make sure we get our fertilizing done. Keep this field well taken care of. It did really well with the Lucerne. Really well with the Lucerne, so now, if what I expect is true, and I'm sure somebody out there knows this, So with seasons, this is going to sprout in the spring and probably be ready for harvest early summer. Does that sound about right? Leave me a comment, let me know. Been getting great comments lately, really good ones, and I appreciate each and every one of them. I try to make sure I okay, this is what I get for trying to clean up a spot. I'll just have to do a pass over it again later. Anyway, I've been getting really great comments lately. A lot of people really supporting the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. I try to get to comments as quickly as I can and respond in a timely manner. Not always as quick as I would like, but, you know, within a day I think it's probably pretty good for most people. And yeah, thank you everyone who leaves a comment, has something to say. Now, one thing that I want to toss out there real quick is that, you know, this is the Harv's World Tour, and the whole point of this is that when we change maps, we can just go to a new country, check out a new place, find out more information about it, what farming is going to be like there. And so as you're leaving comments, start thinking about a good country that we could go to. What's a good map that you know of for a specific country? Now, it can't be the United States and it can't be Scotland. We're not going back to any place that we've already been at this point. So even though the Pacific Northwest wasn't necessarily part of the world tour, we did start on a US map, so don't really want to jump right back into one. Don't get me wrong, there are many, many great US maps, but we just want to get around the world, you know. There are too many great maps out there to just localize yourself to one place and learn some new farming techniques. You know, it's very different on this Dalton Valley farm map in Scotland farming than it was in the Pacific Northwest. Many different challenges, many different things, and I'm not just talking about adding seasons to the mix here. I'm talking about everything. Narrow roads, the lanes, you know, with all the shrubbery on either side of it. Lots and lots of different challenges, so that always makes the map more fun. You get a chance to learn some new techniques, new skills, a different style of farming, what people go through in the countries that they're working in. I mean, I'm not going to say that Farming Simulator 19 is real life, but it's close enough that it can give you a bit of a feel for what's going on in the world. You know, and even just looking at the countryside here and seeing it, you know, there's a good chance that in my lifetime I'll never have the opportunity to go to the UK or visit Scotland or anything like that, which I would absolutely love to do, but I just don't see it in my future. Not in the foreseeable future anyway, but you know, the map makers are going to great lengths to try to provide as much realism in their maps as possible. And it's an opportunity to at least virtually see a different place. Now, we have Google Maps and we can jump on there and, you know, we can sort of virtually drive the streets of Glasgow if we want. Or Glasgow, if I'm not pronouncing that right. Glasgow. Anyway, a major city in Scotland because of, you know, the Google cars that you see driving around and mapping everything, which is a really cool feature, you know. But that doesn't give you the opportunity to be part of the environment. Whereas a game like this, even though it's not real, does give you a chance to at least participate in a different part of the world than you normally would. I'm probably being all metaphysical right now and silly, but you get the point. You get the point. Anyway, the whole point of this little topic was If you know a great map in a different country, doesn't matter what country it is except for Scotland or the United States, then let me know, because I'm definitely looking for the next map for a next play. If you've got ideas for next plays that you'd like to see, feel free to share them. I'm always looking for new ideas for those too. Being a content creator like this has many challenges, and one of those challenges is always coming up with new ideas to keep the gameplay fresh and interesting. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but it's part of the process. And, you know, it really helps us when you guys can say, oh, it'd be really cool if you would. And, you know, if you think that, then there's a good chance there's many people that are thinking that, and we can put out the content that you're interested in. Make sure that you're getting what you want. You know, it's your time we're taking up, and we appreciate that. So you can participate in the process by just letting us know what you want, and we can help out with that. And at this point, it's late afternoon on the first day of autumn. And let's take one more quick look at our season's menu. So we've got our rye going in the ground. And actually what I want to do is look at our map first. So, you know, we've got field 45, 20, and 18 left to deal with, and we've got canola in 20, barley in 18, and more lucerne in 45. They are not ready to harvest yet, and you can see there's some brown patches in here. That's more crop withering. Now I think this jagged edge over here, I think I might have missed that earlier. I think that was a failure to germinate. I'm not sure on that one either, but I think that was more failure to germinate. Now we're getting brown spots, some in field 18 too, and those are definitely related to the drought. So we are losing some crop there, but it's not too bad yet. I'm afraid to see what it's going to be like middle autumn. But whatever it is, we'll make it work for us. Now if we go back to our seasons menu just one last time. Again, hopefully we are looking at rain tomorrow evening. It looks like through Tuesday, which could really throw a wrench in our harvesting. There's a good opportunity if our crops come in on Monday, which I think they will, knock on wood. We're going to have to knock those out very quickly before the rains come. So we'll see where we're at that point. This is definitely birthing day for our goats, because we are now up to 41. We've had 10 kids. 10 kids, and man, is child support going to be ugly if we ever get a divorce. And our sheep are doing exceptionally well now. Right now, with 200 sheep, we need almost 200,000 liters of food per year. With the 41 goats we have, we need 46,000. So just in the bales that we collected today, we collected enough food to feed our goats and sheep for a full year. So we are definitely in good shape, and anything that comes off that lucerne field now is just going to be profit. Because like I said earlier, we really only need to make sure that we've got enough food for half a year, because they're eating grass out of the pasture. As long as we keep grass in those pastures, we don't have to supply them with hay. So I am going to finish planting our rye in this field. In this field. Apparently, that is a tongue twister. Anyway, I'm going to get this field planted up with rye. I do appreciate you coming along for the ride. I think that's going to do it for this episode of Dalton Valley Farm. If you found the episode entertaining, I do appreciate it if you would hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. And until next time, take care.